brothers and sisters, generals, family, and, place that gold over our families as I always do. May all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold, and just be thankful that we alive. As I always say, we thank that great divine, for our families and more before our feet touch the floor, or ground or wherever we at, or are, and keep on. We push, but we don't push, but we don't give up. And we push in some areas of our lives, just stay focused and don't get caught up in this so-called matrix. And thank those for coming in and to another edition of EBX discussion. And as I always say, look for the father and son discussions, volunteer podcast I'll be doing. Salute to my son Ethan, his siblings, my godchildren, my biological children, and one's family and others' family. Through these holidays, we don't focus so much on the holiday, but we enjoy our families best way we can during the holidays, and get to the core of our families and spend real time, even when it's not holidays, just send out love. Even if we don't see our families all the time, still show love and harbor that great love. Because as I always speak on, as you hear me and my son, Lord Lamont, salute. We always speak on things we harbor within, positive or negative. And it's a way of life. And the body, as I said before, can be a fickle thing. How we think, the things we think about the most is what's most important and what will get us moving in this life and making right choices and learning our impulses, because impulses can be an individual's downfall. Real talk. That's why you probably hear me talk about impulses a lot, because that's something I worked hard on, because that's the core of an individual, brother, sister, young or older. Those impulses, because we all know how the human flesh can be. And, we all have our little battles, brothers and sisters in the world, online, our families, younger or older, maybe some not so bad, maybe some worse than others, but if you have that strong fighting spirit within where you refuse to give in to anything toxic, man, be thankful, because it can take work. It can be challenging. As I like to say, it can be a lifetime to finally find peace with oneself and that real God, Mother Nature, and or universe. It's a wonderful thing when we get to it. Positive energy, it's wonderful, something that our righteous ancestors passed down to us. I gotta put that righteous on there, and brother or sister, that was a general that sacrificed themselves to get many of us, I would say, some free things. And because being free is a state of mind, so be thankful if we got that power from our past ancestors, the righteous ones now, those who were generals that sacrificed through tooth and nail to get many of us in that great divine space that we are in. And thank them that they had that God spirit deep embedded in their soul, because that's what's important. What's embedded in that soul, baby, the psyche, the core of the human machine. Just an example. We're not machines, but we almost like a computer, because the concept of a computer is pretty much stems from a human being, because every great invention or great thought or great thing that's been invented stems from a thought. You know what I'm saying? It stems from determination, of passion about something and wanting something different, but we have to channel those thoughts into righteous energy, because where the mind goes, the body goes, all day, every day. And it really don't take no rocket science to know this. I mean, it's wonderful if you are rocket science, but just keep living, brothers and sisters, as my grandmother used to say. May she rest in peace and in power. Keep living. We'll see or feel that divine spirit, just a matter of paying attention to it. And of course, I want to read a summary, and come with me, my brothers and sisters, as you see on my banner. See me either in the sky or over the city. I love banners and thumbnails like that. So just imagine yourself on the balcony looking out over the city at night, because I think the city is beautiful at night. Like big cities like, New York. I think this is New York on my banner, if I'm not mistaken. I think most of the banners I've done, I didn't really recognize. I think most of them are cities is New York, because in Milltown, as we know, in Chicago, any big city, it's just beautiful at night. So that's why you see that on my on a lot of my banners and thumbnails. So ride with me, my generals, brothers, family. Again, just pretend we're on the balcony and we're looking out over the city and we're meditating, thinking. So let's meditate. And I do want to get into a summary. And but before I get to that, look for the father and son discussion. My son and I will probably get together today. And he just messaged me a little while ago. I'll get with him in a minute. And we'll do our usual Friday father and son discussion. And we're probably going to do some things this weekend. And I'll get with Ethan. And I'm going to get Ethan and my godchildren. I'm going to get their voice on the mic so they can get on my channel, so you guys can hear their, their wonderful youthful sound, from my son Ethan. And children I volunteer. I didn't volunteer this week, like I said, but I didn't get to it. I was a little tired. I had to get one's rest, but I'm still going to stay at it. But just want to be honest about it. But I always feel bad when I don't volunteer, but I'm going to stay at it. I was a little tired this week. Got to be honest with ourselves. We have to get that rest, so we can keep our mind clear and refreshed. Because when we're locked in to that great divine zone, it preserves us. But we got to stay with it. Got to stay at it. Don't take that positive force for granted. We feel something wonderful within. And then stay with it. See where it's coming from. Study it. Go deeper. As my son and I, Lord Lamont, what we speak on. And again, look for music from us. I just uploaded a song from my cousin. May she rest in peace and in power. L'Oreal, Too Lyrical. I just uploaded a song from her called Be a Boss. And again, she has many songs that she did. And I have yet to upload more from her and more songs from my son, Lord Lamont. He's kind of he's just getting back into his music, so it's kind of a slow go, but he'll get there because it's in his DNA. It runs in my family. Music runs in my family. We just have an ear for music, and I'm talking whether we rap or not. It's just we just got music lovers in one's family. Just old school, new school. Stems from my granddad. May he rest in peace and in power. As I said, my granddad was in a band, if I'm not mistaken, but I gotta talk to my mom about that, because it shows. I have it on my podcast right here on my channel. Actually, it's on the thumbnail. It shows him and 3 other guys in a suit, and they all holding up one finger, which I thought was amazing. They had that one finger up that let you know. I think my granddad kind of know about that oneness. They all had that one finger up for a reason. They didn't have up the peace sign. They had up the one finger. I always thought that was peculiar and interesting about that photo with my granddad. His name was Charlie Farmer, was my granddad, and I got an uncle named Charlie Farmer too. And hope he's doing well. And so yeah, but that's where a lot of music in one's family stems from, because I do think my granddad was in a band. And like I said, I have to check into that though, and check with my mom on that. And again, salute to one's family, anyone in my family that transitioned, and friends of the family, because we had a lot of friends that we call family that transitioned in my family. So may they rest in peace and in power. And that's how we cultivate. That's how we cultivate that positive energy, remembering our loved ones and keeping their spirit alive. The body may lay to rest, but that righteous spirit live on, it lives through us, and to each is his own, how we think about life and that great divine mother nature. But I know if you connect to it, you could never go wrong, because the levels never run out. So I want to speak on positive energy, and where the mind goes, the body goes, and that's facts. And it's unfortunate we're seeing a lot of this in our celebrities and some people that are not celebrities on social media. And there's one pastor in particular that's in the media. I see things in the media too, but it's like you don't want people's demise or downfall, but a lot of us that are awakened, that are reachers and teachers that may have a platform, and those that's on looking and then have been observing and researching things we have been talking about and predicting for years. So the individual that's in the media, I only have to say his name. He's a pastor, and he's been having a lot of suspicion and speculation and allegations throughout the last few years. I'll say 5 to 10 years or so. And, things he's harbored and done has come to pass. Now, we got to think of, let's break down toxicity and harboring things within, what it can do to you. Let's call harboring wrong, evil things within, let's call it cancer. Let's say this is an example or hypothetical. Let's say everybody carries a cancer. Now we can go through a whole life and this cancer never manifests. This is just an example. I'm bringing this up because I'm connecting this to this pastor that's in the media that had a breakdown right on stage. Now, go back to the example I'm talking about. Harboring toxic things, especially if it's rotten to the core. I'm talking really evil. Let's think of it as a cancer. Again, like I say, let's say we all carry a cancer, hypothetically, like everyone in the whole wide world. But it never manifests, because we're doing the right thing, because it never manifests. Now, if we're not doing the right thing, let's say that we make that cancer worse. Now, I'm not saying we all got cancer. Again, this is just an example. So when we harbor evil things that we have done, especially if we have a mega church or we're a mega pastor and we're in front of people, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of stress, trying to suppress something that we know we have done, and it's in the media and we're hearing it all around us, things that we have done, people that are speculating, but we're trying to ignore it. And once we don't deal with it, it'll implode. Implosion, that's something my son, Lord Lamont, salute, he brought up in the father and son discussion me and him had. It's an implosion, and stress can kill you. It really can. So that's what I'm saying about harboring toxic things within. It's not a joke. Toxic is more than just a word. It's not nothing. It's not connected to anything good, period. So that pressure will implode, at some point. It's just a matter of time. It's like a explosion, and it will manifest. So that's what I'm saying about harboring wrong things within. That's why I say where the mind goes, the body goes. It's just a matter of time, so that's what I think of, harboring toxic things within and not dealing with it. I call it a cancer. So, because stress, evil things, and, speaking in front of the world, if we do happen to have a platform and we know we ain't doing right, that's just a train wreck waiting to happen. Now, again, I never look for no one's downfall. Again, I've been in struggles. My son, Lord Lamont, he's been through a struggle and a fight in life, been through some crazy stuff in his life, and still standing today. So it's all about choices when it come down to it, and we are who we choose to be. I hate to sound cliche. I know it's out of a movie, but that's facts. We are who we choose to be. So if we choose to be a mega pastor or in front of people speaking and we're doing wrong, toxic shit behind closed doors, may God be with you, because it's just a matter of time. Again, it goes back to the celebs, and my son and I were talking about the Snoop Dogg thing when he was standing behind Tupac with hidden agendas and all that stuff. I don't make light of it, but when you've been there, done that, the woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome, you learn the art of anticipation. You don't jump off in impulses anymore. So again, that's where a lot of our like-minded reachers and teachers out here, that's what it develops from, because of the struggles we have been through. So we teach it to others, brother or sister. I'm talking about those who have a platform or not, those that's just wise and just learned from life. We share to others best way we can. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't damn make them drink. Real talk. That's facts. So, especially if you are over a mega church or household, or you are wise and somewhat healthy, mind, body, and soul, brother or sister, we should know better. Especially if you carrying a high status and you have a lot of people following you or looking up to you. It's just certain things, certain places, certain environments your ass shouldn't be in. That's real talk. Even a normal person, a normal human being, brother or sister, we're in a family. If we call ourselves, and I'm not just talking about a deep, righteous, spiritual person. I'm talking about just somebody upright. If we have kids, or we're trying to set an example for, something or someone, it's just certain environments or people or toxic things that we shouldn't be involved with. So we shouldn't be surprised when the backlash comes, so that woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome, again, as I told my son, Lord Lamont, in these times of information, if we don't know now, we'll never know. So it's examples all around us. God is showing us through these celebs, real talk, that money and power don't mean shit when it comes to dealing with that stuff on the inside, that inner core, baby. That's where you hear many of us, our greatest teachers and or content creators, the real ones now, brother or sister. It will sound like a broken record, but you're never going to get away from dealing with that inner core. It's utterly impossible. All right, now I want to speak on positive energy. I want to read a summary on it. And I've spoke on this before, and a lot of us have, so I just want to give EBXCARES perspectives, to my leaders and teachers. Remember, we're leaders and teachers with a student spirit. We are not followers. We're getting rid of that damn narrative. All right, so let's have a meditative moment. Remember, we're on the balcony looking out over the beautiful city and meditating, because the great divine is up high. It's not down low. So that's why you see me with, up in the sky or over the city. And that's why you see a lot of banners like that. And I'm going to put in the end screen Divine Discipline. And it's a podcast that I got the most hits of any video I got on here. And it was something that I really felt that day. My brothers and sisters that have that divine connection. I told my son, Lord Lamont, this. You ever had those moments where you just feel excited and feel happy or creative, wherever we are, whatever part of the world, brother or sister, that's God, that real God. When we feel that, go with that, and study it, and pass that positive energy on to someone else. It's wonderful, because positive energy can be contagious. Let's practice on that. I know toxicity and gossiping and all that stuff can be contagious, but let's focus on positive energy. That can be contagious, even through the times when it's not easy. It's still good for the body, because being positive is more than just connecting to family and children and other brothers and sisters. That's good too. That's a plus. But we do it mostly for ourselves, because again, it's good for the body. Where the mind goes, the body goes. All right, let's get to this summary. And I'm going to break down, and let's go a little deeper of the importance of positive energy. All right, why is positive energy so important? All right, it boosts physical health, which is very, very important. Research has shown that a positive outlook can also have physical health benefits. That's facts, such as improving our immune system, reducing stress levels. Now that go back to the example I was giving about the cancer. That's what harboring evil, toxic things within. It's a cancer, and it will develop. And that connects to the pastor I was speaking on that had that breakdown, and anybody else, because it's not just him. How many celebs we have seen on stage have those mental breakdowns? It's a pattern. Pay attention to the patterns, folks. And again, I don't make light of it. I'm telling you, you can't. I mean, it's impossible. If you call yourself being a man or woman of God and you are doing toxic things, you're doing things you shouldn't do. I mean, come on, man. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we have to not put ourselves in a situation where we're not getting backlash. And come on now, we should know better. If we're healthy, mind, body, and soul. All right, let's go with the rest of the summary. All right. Spreading good vibes, real vibes now, authentic vibes, not fake vibes. Got to put emphasis on that, because this for me too now, because God to get me too. I'm not exempt from having things going wrong if I'm not doing right, the best we can. All right. Spreading good vibes can make for a happier, less stressful, emphasis on stressful home life or just life in general. Help us get better outcomes at work and lead to more satisfying relationships in all interactions. Read that again. Positive energy is important because it has us spreading good vibes, can make for a happier, less stressful home life. It helps us get better or have better outcomes at work, and lead to more satisfying relationships in all interactions. Because when pretty much everything we encounter, like lessons, things we go through, when it all stems from positive energy, there will always be a good result. Now, we're not talking about soft positive energy all the time. It doesn't mean that we're blissful and we're happy and we're floating on no cloud. That is not what I mean. But being positive enough to the point where we won't let outside person, place, or thing that's toxic influence us. We don't have to let outside things go outside our character, so to speak. We be who we want to be. Don't let things, I would say, person, place, or thing project what they have going on to us. Because like, again, negativity can be contagious, but positive energy can also be contagious, and it's actually more powerful because negative energy is really weak. When you think about it, it takes too much work to be negative. Positive energy is free all day long. I used to say this, but negative energy can cost you. And how do we know this? Just look out onto the world. Person, place, thing, politic, celeb, those that are not true or not connected to that divine core within, and taking it serious, because what we do righteous in the present will ultimately benefit us in the future. I say that a lot because it's so very true, and we're seeing it, so it's worth going through the layers and suffering righteously, and not jumping off impulses and letting things play out scenarios. Kind of like the example I gave a little while ago, how toxicity can be a cancer, and it can either kill us fast or kill us slow, so again, it's not about being this perfect human being, brother or sister. It's about being the best brother and sister or family we can possibly be, and we'll love and thank ourselves later, and I always speak on having that God spirit and the great divine. I don't want to act like I'm this deep spiritual person, but I tell you what, having that God spirit within has kept me from a lot of drama and a lot of bull, and learning the art of anticipation. Because when you stay in that positive space, you get better at anticipating things, like analyzing things in the world, news and celebs and artists and all this stuff that's swirling around us. And and we, as we become wise as brother or sister or family, be thankful if we're able to pay attention. If we got our eye on the sparrow, we're not distracted by everything. We enjoy ourselves, have some entertainment, but not overwhelmed by all this shit in this world. Pay attention, but have fun, but having a clear mind, having that balance. If one has that balance, be thankful, because it's not easy to come to. Some of us have been through wars. Some of us have been through fires. Man, still standing. And that's brother, sister, younger or older. Always got to mention the younger, because we got some younger brothers and sisters that's on fire out there. Be thankful for the youth that are aware, because there are a lot that are aware out here. Real talk, because the great divine, the real God, is doing this thing. Man, God is not playing right now. Real talk. You better be doing right. And I don't think that great divine wants us to be perfect, but at least have right in our heart and deal with our stuff. That's it. That's all that force, Mother Nature, and the universe wants. It's just for us to be real at the core, and that great divine force will do the rest. Just got to stay with it. Because again, I've been through tough times. Members of my family, we all have had our little struggles, and some of us are still standing today. Real talk, and again, those that lived a full life and were righteous and passed it on to their family members that are transitioned, may they rest in peace and empower. You know, that's what empowers us. You know, we don't lag in the past, but we appreciate those that helped us from the past to get us to the present and have a bright future so we can pass it on to our youth, you know, like my godchildren and my biological children, you know, kings and queens of the future. And salute to their mothers, you know, that they did what they had to do. You know, I got to put that emphasis on that too. And, you know, and just standing firm, you know, and maintaining and cultivating that positive energy, you know, and just take what I read a little while ago and keep it in our subconscious. Again, positive energy is wonderful for the immune system. You know, if we think down on ourselves all the time and we're harboring wrong shit, I'm talking about years on end, that can kill the body. It will tear the body down. I'm telling you, it's too much, especially if it's something that's rotten to the core. I mean, that's a lot to carry. You know, I'm speaking, you know, politician, celeb, anybody though, you know, so I'm telling you, we just feel so much better. You know, again, I don't make light of things of people who go through stuff, you know, should have known better though. That woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome. You know, as I said, my son and I, Lord Lamont talked about, I say it again. If we don't know now, we'll never know. So that was a few things I had in one spirit. You know, I was feeling a little positive and I was meditating this morning. And one of my things I always like to say, set that tone every morning, you know, get our mind right in a meditative way, a righteous way, and just sit and think and watch the things pop up in our divine spirit. You'd be surprised, you know. And again, I didn't get to volunteer this week. I was really tired, had to get that rest. And you know, sometimes some days can be challenging, but not always, you know. Again, when we're honest with ourselves, man, our life would just be so blissful, real talk, and we share that energy to others. Again, let's make positive energy contagious, you know, because where the mind goes, the body goes all day, every day. So keep cultivating my positive generals out there, brothers and sisters, younger or older, in the world, online, and family members. So thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. Current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, I salute you. You know, if you get anything positive out of what I say, my son Lord Lamont say, man, take that energy and pass it on to someone else. Remember, good vibes, you know, let's make positive energy contagious. So, man, just brothers and sisters, family, generals all over the world, as I always say, man, always maintain and keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever we are right now. Salute.